Hello, my name is Willie Smith, and I'm Chairman of the Board of the Covington Electric Co-op. It's my privilege to welcome you to the 2022 Covington Electric Virtual Annual Meeting. This is the third year that Covington Electric has conducted the annual meeting virtually due to the COVID pandemic. Thankfully, in recent weeks, COVID infections nationwide have taken a steep decline, and we all finally seem to be regaining a sense of normalcy. Earlier this year, that wasn't the case. In January, when plans for the meetings have been well underway, the uncertainty surrounding COVID was very concerning, and that's why we decided not to hold an in-person meeting. The annual report that includes our 2021 financials can be found in the April edition of Alabama Living magazine. We conducted the trustee election and survey electronically and by mail. The mail or electronic balloting was made possible with the bylaw change approved at the last in-person annual meeting held in 2019. Little did we know at that time what a positive action that would prove to be. Without the change, it would have been very difficult to conduct our annual meeting during the pandemic. With electronic or mail balloting and survey returns, we have a much larger participation from members, and as a result, we have more input as to what our members are thinking and what services you would like Covington Electric to offer and support. Buzz Broadband and the Solar Garden are direct actions from the results of these surveys. As always, safety of the Covington Electric members, of employees, and the public is our number one priority. This is especially important when Covington Electric employees are out of our service area, helping other co-ops with storm restoration work. With regard to co-op finances, let me remind you that our year-end financials can be found in the April issue of Alabama Living. Covington Electric is retiring capital credits in the amount of $988,129.93 this year. We continue the practice of applying capital credits directly to active electric accounts. As for inactive accounts, Covington Electric will mail a check to the last known address for the amounts of $30 or more. For inactive accounts with capital credits of less than $30, these accounts will continue to accrue until the amount reaches $30, and then a check will be mailed. We expect to hold future Covington Electric annual meetings in person, once again where we can visit with friends, enjoy entertainment, and conduct business in person. Thank you for the continued support of your electric co-op. Now, our CEO, Ed Short, will provide you his comments and additional information on the cooperative's activities in 2021. Ed?
Hello, and I repeat Chairman Smith's welcome to a third, not in-person annual meeting. I am happy to report that we had no major weather events affecting the CEC system in 2021. But we did send crews to help 3 cooperatives recover from storms that hit in their areas. One in Tennessee in February, a neighboring cooperative in Alabama in April, and to Washington St. Tammany, a co-op in Louisiana in September. With safety being our number one priority for CEC members, employees, and the general public, we have taken steps to support that goal using the CDC guidelines, rotating crews, and office personnel in our effort to maintain a workforce with COVID in our midst. For the crews traveling to other co-ops to assist with storm recovery and with the COVID situation, we invested in a travel trailer for our employees to sleep in if a motel is not available. We did not like the idea of our employees being housed in a large sleeper tent, with COVID being so prevalent. In 2021, we had 40 employees that missed work due to testing positive or being exposed to COVID in 21. That resulted in more than 2,600 person hours away from the job at a cost of more than $85,000. As you might expect, some employees were away from work multiple times. Even that number is better than the 2020 numbers, where we had more than 7,000 employee hours away from work at a cost in excess of $240,000. We had 12 CEC employees test positive for COVID in 21. The first part of 21, we continued with the office lobbies being closed to the public. For the most part, the outside crews work one person to the vehicle, and we continue that practice currently in addition to daily temperature checks before work, use of hand sanitizer, and with understanding if you're sick, just don't come to work. We continued with the mask mandates along the CDC guidelines, and in some cases, guidelines more stringent than CDC. This was to keep our workforce safe as possible. That has not been easy on any of our employees, but for the most part, they have been cooperative. 68% of the CEC employees are vaccinated. Just a few comments on other 2021 significant events. Most are very positive, some not positive, but necessary. Number one, the middle mile fiber ring. 2, fiber to the home. 3, youth programs. 4, solar garden. 5, rate changes. And 6, number one priority, safety. The middle mile fiber ring and fiber to the home. The build out of the middle mile fiber ring for CEC's use in the operation of the electric system was completed in 2021. This fiber ring has enough fiber count to provide capacity for a fiber to the home offering. A very significant action in 21 was the actual beginning of the build out of the fiber to the home. You may recall from a member survey in 2019-2020, it was determined that more than 88% of the survey respondents said CEC should be financially involved in a fiber to the home project. In December of 2020, the CEC board voted to undertake this project of seeing to it that all CEC members had access to high-speed internet. Realizing that in some cases this service might be provided by someone other than CEC, the board took this action following multiple attempts to form a partnership with an existing provider of high-speed internet service. We understand why such a partnership did not work. Providers that are in the business for a profit have no real interest in providing these services at cost. The cooperatives are interested in providing these services at cost. Therefore, Buzz Broadband, a subsidiary of Covington Electric, was formed and is now in business. At this time, I'm going to call on our Senior VP and Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Mark Parker, to give us an update on the status of Buzz Broadband. Mr. Parker.
Thank you, Mr. Short, and good afternoon. In 2020, we asked you, the CEC members, should CEC make the investment in a fiber-based broadband system for its members. Of the members that voted during that year's election and participated in the member survey, 88% of respondents voted yes, CEC should make the investment to provide a fiber-based broadband system. Based on these results, CEC began the process of finding a consulting firm to help design and build the fiber-to-the-home network that would become Buzz Broadband. The company we chose to help lead this project is Fiberize, based in Huntsville, Alabama. The design process began in the summer of 2020, and we started preparing to participate in the Rural Digital Opportunity Fund auction that November. CEC was successful in securing $13.8 million in grant funding from the auction. The CEC board gave the final approval for the project in December of 2020. Work soon began on the middle mile fiber ring, with contractors hanging 203 miles of fiber to be used as the backbone of this project. Construction of the fiber to the home network began in June of 2021, which enabled the co-op to begin providing high-speed fiber service to CEC members. There are several phases of construction for a project like this, and we're pleased to announce that the mainline fiber is scheduled to be finished by the end of this year. We expect service to be available for all areas by the last quarter of 2023. The process of completing installs to every home or business will take longer depending on demand for service and availability of the materials and labor. Currently, we have approximately 750 miles of fiber installed. The first CEC members received service from Buzz Broadband in October of 2021, and we currently have over 500 members connected. Members can track the progress of the project at buzzbroadband.com. CEC will continue to seek additional funding for Buzz Broadband. In addition to the grants mentioned earlier, CEC has also received $1.5 million from the Alabama Department of Economic and Community Affairs, bringing the grant funds for this project to $15.3 million. Thank you for your support, positive feedback, and patience as we work to improve broadband access to all members of the cooperative who need it.
As Mr. Parker reported, last year CEC was awarded some $13.8 million in grants from the FCC to be paid over 10 years. This is dependent on Buzz reaching the required milestones in the build-out. We were also awarded $1.5 million from the state, again subject to meeting the required milestones in the build-out. I have no doubt all these required milestones will be met if materials and labor can be obtained in a timely manner. We also need our county commission and our state legislators to assist in obtaining additional grants. So as you have occasion to meet with these gentlemen, you might encourage them to do what they can to help in obtaining additional grant funds to support the build-out. We also need your help in some other areas. It seems that some of our friends and neighbors like to shoot wildlife on power lines and fiber optic cables. This is not good. Damaged electrical and fiber equipment is expensive to repair and or replace. It is also dangerous and really inconvenient to the users of these services when these type events occur. So if and when you have an occasion to say a word of caution to a possible perpetrator, please do so. And if you would like to let me know the name of someone you think we might need to talk to about this, please pass the name to me. CEC is dedicated to the communities we serve, and this is demonstrated in a number of ways, particularly through the programs we offer. Several co-op initiatives pertain directly to education, and they include Bright Ideas, Youth Tour, and Electric Cooperative Scholarships. At this time, I'm going to ask Mrs. Patty Singleton C., our Public Relations Manager, to give us a recap of the recent events regarding these programs.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to discuss some of the ways that Covington Electric serves our local communities through special programs. Several community initiatives relate directly to education, and these include the Bright Ideas Grant Program, Youth Tour, and the Electric Cooperative Scholarships. In 2021, we awarded grants totaling $17,195 through the Bright Ideas program to 30 teachers at schools served by CEC. This included individual teachers and teams of teachers. These grants help our local educators to implement special projects in their classrooms that might not otherwise be possible. We have awarded just over $118,000 in teacher grants through this program since it was first offered 6 years ago, and it has benefited thousands of students throughout our service area. I'm pleased to report that Youth Tour is back for the first time since March 2020. This is an exciting opportunity for high school juniors. Our statewide association in Montgomery, AREA, which coordinates Youth Tour activities, has cautiously waited until this year to restart the program because of the uncertainty surrounding COVID. In March, we chaperoned 9 local high school juniors to Montgomery, where they joined more than 100 other students from across the state to participate in Youth Tour. These students were selected through an essay competition held last fall. As you can see, the participants have a lot of fun developing leadership skills, hearing about issues impacting our state from lawmakers, making new friends, as well as memories that will last a lifetime. The purpose of Youth Tour is to inform young people how cooperatives benefit their members, learn about government, enhance their leadership skills, and meet other young people from across the state and nation while visiting historical sites and landmarks. While we normally also participate in the Washington Youth Tour, AREA made the difficult decision not to take part in those activities this year due to strict COVID mandates that were in place at the time a decision was needed. We do expect Alabama to participate in all aspects of Youth Tour in 2023. And we hope to have a lot of interest from juniors next fall when the program is presented to students at schools served by CEC. These schools include Brantley, Strawn, Red Level, Sampson, Kinston, and Pleasant Home. In other community involvement news, we continue to offer scholarships to eligible high school seniors through the Electric Cooperative Foundation. Applications are available on our website each year from November until the deadline in February. In 2021, CEC awarded $23,000 in scholarships to local students. Typically, we offer two $1,000 scholarships at each of the 6 schools that we serve, one for traditional college and one for technical college. We also offer 2 at-large scholarships with the same guidelines for eligible seniors attending schools not served by CEC. Last year was different because we awarded 12 additional scholarships for the first time to students who participated in the 2020 Montgomery Youth Tour. As juniors, these students were unexpectedly denied an opportunity to compete for the Washington Youth Tour because it was canceled due to COVID. They had studied and prepared for the interview competition with hopes of traveling to Washington for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. This was our way of rewarding them for their efforts. A decision on offering scholarships in the future as part of the Youth Tour program has not been made at this time. I would also like to encourage any CEC member who will be the parent or guardian of a high school senior next year to talk to them about our scholarship opportunities, and please urge them to apply. Many of the tech scholarships that we offer have no applicants and therefore go unawarded. Skilled professionals with technical certifications are in demand now, and that demand will continue to grow in the future. Traditional college is a very worthy option, but it is not the only path to success. Technical certifications are achieved more quickly, more affordably, and can potentially offer higher earnings when compared to some careers that require a 4-year degree. Information about our scholarship program and all of the educational opportunities that CEC offers can be found on our website, covington.coop. Thank you for your time this afternoon and for the opportunity to share a few of the ways that your electric cooperative remains deeply committed to the communities that we serve. At this time, Mr. Short is going to discuss a few more items of interest.
As you can see from this, Covington's Board of Trustees is very aware and supportive of programs that benefit these young folks. These will be our future leaders and members of our communities. Other programs that CEC continues to offer include a water heater program, heat pump, surge protection, and co-op connection card, along with multiple options for bill payment. This can be by mail, online, phone, in person, kiosk in Sanford and Enterprise and Sampson, night deposit, automatic draft, and at any Dollar General store. We have lots of ways to take your money. We found all of the bill payment options to be very helpful during the time office lobbies were closed due to COVID. Solar Garden. The same survey that said CEC should be involved with providing high-speed internet also said that many CEC members are interested in having a source for solar energy and that they would purchase energy from a solar garden. Well, after some time, ground has been broken on a solar garden to be installed across Highway 84 from the CEC Sanford office. This will be on airport property. Therefore, there has been some delay in getting all the required FAA paperwork completed. Construction is scheduled to be completed the second quarter of this year. Some solar blocks are still available at $20 each for an average of 187 kilowatt hours per month. As you might expect, some months you have more sunshine than others. This is not to save on a power bill, but just to obtain solar power at a better rate than you can possibly get by building, owning, and maintaining an array of your own. This is another option to buy a portion of your power needs from a renewable green energy source without the issues that go with owning an array. Call the office if you have any interest in participating in this project. Let's talk about rates a little bit. I hate to say it, but it looks like the period of stable rates is ending. and we're back to using a PCA, a power cost adjustment. Some will say, what is a PCA? A PCA is a line item for a cost adjustment on a per kilowatt hour used basis. January of this year was the first time CEC has used a PCA in the past 10 plus years. Why now? Well, Power South, our power supplier, found it necessary to adjust their rates by 1 mil per kilowatt hour, resulting in a $1 per 1,000 kilowatt hour used charge because of the increase in the price of natural gas, and natural gas is the primary fuel used by Power South to generate the power that CEC distributes. So what does that mean for CEC members? This 1 mil was on your bills in January, February, and March of this year. CEC has now added a 5 mil plus the Power South 1 mil. Why this added cost? Because everything that CEC uses, from gasoline, diesel, and other materials, have increased to the point we added the 5 mils to try and offset inflation. What does that mean going forward, you might ask? April bills will have a total of $6 per 1,000 kilowatt hour PCA adder. May bills will have an additional 1 mil from Power South, resulting in a total of $7 per 1,000 kilowatt hour adder. And it is projected that Power South will add an additional mil for April, resulting in an $8 per kilowatt hour charge. Hopefully we will not have to increase the rates anymore this year, 2022. Time will tell. As we did for these changes, we will try and let you know before any rate changes are in effect. A few more fiber comments. Buzz has a home in the Opp Industrial Park at 18146 Galileo Drive. Why there, you might say? It is about midpoint of the CEC service footprint, and there was an available 42,240 square foot building that has sufficient office and warehouse space to house the Buzz operation. You can go to buzzbroadband.com and check to see where service is and when it will be available in other areas. We will be having an open house ribbon cutting at this Buzz facility at some future date when it seems safe relative to COVID. Let me close with a comment on safety relative to home and portable generators. Please, if you decide to install a generator at your home or other location, get a qualified electrician to assist and/or install the unit. Call our office and we'll be glad to go over the requirements for a proper installation. We really need to know where these units are located for safety reasons. This has been an issue, but is more prevalent today than ever. We are seeing ads from auto manufacturers alleging that the vehicle can power the house, even with somewhat low capacity. These vehicles used as generators will need to be used correctly, or it will be a danger to line workers doing their job when the line is down and the power is out. Backfeed is the danger. Even backfeed from a low capacity unit can kill a person. Give us a call and we will be glad to assist with any issue concerning power for your home or your business. Thank you for your support. Hopefully the CEC 2023 annual meeting can again be an in-person event. Call me if you have a question. My office number is 427-3500. My cell is 488-0585. For any down power line, call 800-239-1193. And stay away, treat the line as if it was energized. Thank you for your cooperation.